Hey, what's up, guys? Talking sports with Pedro and Danny. We're here in our studio in downtown Elko. Welcome to our first Talkin' Sports show of 2022. We've got some amazing projects coming up down the pipe for 2022. We're very excited for a full year, so more of that to come. But on today's show, we're going to be talking with our friends from the Gaeta Real Estate Group about some real estate, but more importantly, a fundraiser that they have going on this weekend over at Cook's Steakhouse and Saloon, mimosas and brunch, and we'll let Dolan talk about that here in just a minute. And we've also got the president and founder of the Battleborn Gunners semi-pro football team in studio, Logan Irvin, and we have Pedro upstairs with the Gaeta group. We'll be going live from upstairs to go over that fundraiser and all the gifts and giveaways they've got going on up there. But first of all, Logan, we better toast. We got a toast, traditional toast here. Thanks for coming on. Here's to an amazing 2022, huh?
Cheers, brother.
All right,
Let's
man.
do it.
All right, got that out of the way. So we're gonna go upstairs here. We're gonna cut away. We've got Pedro upstairs with Dolan and some other friends from the Gaeta Real Estate Group. So up to you, Pedro. It's all up to you upstairs. All right.
Hey, what's up, guys? Talking Sports with Pedro and Danny. And Danny is downstairs at our studio. We're here with the Gaeta group. We have Emma, Tanner, and Dolan here. Got a big fundraiser coming up this weekend, this Saturday, over at Cook's Steakhouse and Saloon, and we're excited to be helping out with that. But we also have all these great items, and I'm going to let Dolan let us know a little bit more about this fundraiser.
Yeah, so we're super excited about it, not only for the event, but just the amount of support that we've gotten from the community, our donors, to really help out those in need, which, I mean, anybody that's heard the story previously, the two people that we're helping out are just, it's amazing to be able to give back to the local community. It's one of my favorite things about this job. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing some live auction as well as some raffle items, which you can buy a raffle at the door if you come. I believe they're $5 a ticket, or you get 6 tickets for $20, which actually equals out to like $3. So it's a good buy. And you get all this cool stuff that you get to throw in. Some of this stuff is going to be live auction. Some of it is going to be raffle, as I just said. You know, some of the cool stuff, I don't know if you can see down here on the floor, we have a portable razor fire pit. This thing is super cool. It breaks down into just sides, right? So you can put it in the side of your camper, not take up as much space. It's actually a 10-gauge steel, so you can cook a steak right on top of that thing on some coals. I actually want to buy it. So you better bring some money because I'm going to be bidding against you. Yeah, super cool object.
Solid.
Yeah, 100% custom made by our local CNC press, TNT CNC. They're out of Spring Creek. You know, it's all given back to the community. It's somebody that wants to help another community member in need. They actually have a website, tntcnc.com. Check them out because they have a bunch. They have a Dodge and a Jeep, all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah. But if you want this one, come down and bid against me because I'm taking it home.
Ori does a really good job. I've known him for a while, and he's been doing it for quite some time. So Ori turns out some good work when it comes to CNC and doing the metal work.
All right, so we're going to let Emma kind of take over. Emma,
go ahead and start. Yeah, go ahead.
Emma's our hand model.
Yeah, bring it over to where the camera can see it in a better view. This was actually donated by Sandra. Sandra. By Next Affinity Home. You know, it's really good to see not only just our group, but all the realty groups and different just agencies in town that are really giving forth. It really shows the community support. You know, it has a lot of great little potted home baking stuff, some cute little salt and pepper shakers, a strainer, and then a really nice hardy wood cutting board. You know, some little spatulas, beautiful little gift donation item. We have up next, we have a basket here from the Ship Group from EXP Realty. Nice plastic potted plant, so it'll last forever. And then, one of the favorite items in our office so far, you actually have a golden hand you can get in there. Everybody's been shaking hands. Don't worry, we'll clean it before Saturday. One of the unique things about this particular gift, this gift was donated from Stuart Title, John Sorensen, and John took a lot of time. He made sure he handpicked every single item in this basket. He made sure he wanted to get the very best for not only our awesome supporters, but just the best for our fundraiser.
Let's see if that's there.
We have a gun. I know that, we have a lot of home decor stuff, but we have stuff for some of you guys too that aren't necessarily into home decor. We have a .22 rifle semi-automatic with a handbag. The rifle was actually donated from Event Source LLC, and the handbag was donated by Arms R Us. You will have to, if you win the rifle, which will be a live auction item, you will have to go to Arms R Us and do a background check, but it's a $25, and we may even cover the cost of that. We haven't talked about it.
Well, and if you have your CCW.
Yeah, if you have a CCW, it's no cost. We have a beautiful home from KW1 Group. I believe it's the Sandoval and Meza group. Cute little welcome sign and clock. Just some neat decor that you can hang up in the house. I know every lady's gonna want it. So bring your wife down. I mean, it's endless mimosas, guys. So I think in itself, without even getting something cool to come home with, you're gonna go happy. The Cookie Encounter has graciously donated 2 gift cards. And I would actually turn that over just because we have it's going to come with its own little menu, right, to see what you can order from her. She's a super nice lady. Talk to her on the phone. She couldn't be more happy to donate into the community. I think that's really important as businesses that we are able to give back to the community, not just be about getting money from the community, but giving it back to the community, right? We talk constantly about spending your money in the community. The fact that these business owners are so welcome and eager to give back is just huge. These are, I'm not 100% sure what they are, just because I think it's kind of more of I don't want to say female thing, but it's a wellness cocoon. Somebody, if you know what this is...
It's a sauna pod. Cynthia was telling me about it. She really wants it. It's like you go sit in there and it sweats out all your stuff, and it's supposed to, I think the stuff they put in there and breathe in, it's supposed to flush you out or something like that. But,
well, and the nice thing about this, the nice thing about that is that's not just one. They're giving you 4 sessions.
4 sessions?
So that's pretty big. Our next one coming up here, we have a beautiful basket with a nice bottle of wine, some coffee, and some lollipops. It is donated by Best Version Media. If you're in the Spring Creek area, Best Version Media actually just started their own magazine out in Spring Creek. Any homeowner in Spring Creek would get their magazine. It's Ruby Mountain Living. This basket is actually from Julie Bacon, who's also another member of the Dusty Ship group, EXP. It's pretty cool, this basket. It's got a really nice wood cutting board, really big. It's got some nice table plates, a nice washing mat for rinsing, all your spatulas you can think of with cooking.
I like this.
And it has, a nice little food carrier. Even the basket is just a very hardy, nice basket. I mean, it's something you're going to want to get tickets and come down and at least try. These are awesome items. Coming up is Valentine's next month. Guys out there, who would be better to go get you some nice chocolate hearts for your wife or your significant other or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. This was donated by the Braemar Construction Group. Bring it home to your wife. I bet she wouldn't say no.
Okay, this is from Mandy.
This has got so much stuff in it, guys. Kat has kind of gone above and beyond in their donation here. You have a couple of t-shirts tucked away. You have a couple of beanies. We have this super big cat mug. Everything's labeled with Caterpillar. You know, this is an underground, or not an underground, but this is a huge mining town, right? For you operators out there, I've already been drilling over it. I just left the mine a few months ago, right? I've been drilling over it. This is another one that you're going to probably have to fight me on because I'm going to buy a lot of raffle tickets to try and get this.
This in and of itself is a cooler.
Yeah, a nice cooler that you can take to work. We have the Guild Mortgage Group. They are super huge, awesome people to donate. I mean, everyone has been super huge and awesome to donate. Coffee maker. Everyone needs a coffee maker in their office or their house, right? A couple baskets of coffee. You even get 2 really nice REI mugs that you can fill up your coffee with in the morning, and just some candy to enjoy the day.
These 2 were both from C&G. One is from Lorena. She has the box for this, so you can still have warranty. It's a really nice Keurig, actually. It's like really nice. Comes with
those are
mittens and some
kind
little knickknacks. Kind of a Christmassy, kind of a Christmassy feel to it. And then this one over here is just like a little shelf with, it's got some,
that would be like your flour,
your sugar, and then a nice picture frame.
That's from Tina Marie.
Yeah, Tina Marie at CMG.
Okay.
We do have.
Can we zoom in on? Can you put Lorena's card up so we can try and get at least a shot of that? There we go.
Perfect.
We cannot say enough how grateful we are for each one of the people that have stepped up to donate. And I mean, there have been people that haven't donated baskets, but have come and just donated funds. We've been so grateful. Like Vicki Blair Martin Group has donated.
Yeah, she donated cash. Curtis Dice from the Matco tool truck, he donated a hefty amount. I was pretty impressed. I want to say thank you to him. He did a lot. We still have baskets coming in. I know CED
we have
wants to donate a generator, like a little gen set. It's very expensive to try and raise money. That'll probably be a live auction thing. So we're still trying to bring in a lot more baskets.
We still have tickets. We have probably about 30 tickets that we'd like to sell. So if you want a ticket into this, you kind of see what we've already got, what we've got coming. We have more coming that's still previewed. Get your tickets. Give us a call, 777-5484. Call one of us and get a ticket. Because, you show up at the door, we may have tickets, we may not. We might have to send you away. So get them today. You don't have to fight it. We will have a door prize as well on the ticket that you purchased for that $50 of endless mimosas and endless brunch. That's 3 hours from 9 to 12 of all you can eat. Donated. The food has all been donated by Cook's Steakhouse and Saloon here in Elko, where the event's going to take place, and all of the champagne has been donated by Great Basin Beverage Company. I don't know if I even need to tell you guys how much money that even equates to, right? The generosity for not only taking up their space, but also their consumables is just huge.
And they didn't donate cheap champagne either. They didn't bat an eye. We were trying to get the cheap stuff from them, and they were like, no, only the best for donations. So they're giving us high dollar champagne for this.
Okay, so again, that's going on this Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. over at Cook's Steakhouse and Saloon. We'll be there providing music. Yours truly is going to attempt to be an auctioneer again. I've done it many times.
How's your auctioneer voice?
You know what? I'll tell a funny story. We've told this on the show before. I've done tons of auctions, and I thought I was pretty good at it. But then I did one auction it was a huge event at the convention center. There was an actual auctioneer there. You know, the ones
Oh,
that
yeah. Did he have like a really awesome mustache?
Oh, yeah. He did cattle auctions and stuff like that. So it was such a big auction. They had so many items, and they said, "Hey, Pedro, we'll give you a break, and we're going to let this guy come up." And then I had to go up after him. And my comment was, how do you follow up after this? I can speak into a microphone, but I can't follow that up because I'm not an auctioneer. I can do an auction, but we'll have some fun. We'll be down there at Cook's Steakhouse and Saloon, so should be a great time. It's all for a great cause. If you could let us know what the cause is real quick, that way people know what it is that they're donating to.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 2 local members in our community that need a little extra love and support. One of our members is Kimmy Cooper. She's a younger gal who's pregnant. I believe she's 8.5 months pregnant now. She's starting to get there.
Yeah, she's starting to go through some contractions now. So
yeah. She lost her husband a few months back just after they had bought their first home, first-time home buyers, and they were expecting their first child. Her husband had just found out that they were having a little boy a couple days before he had passed away. I mean, just a sad story. I can't even begin to try and make it more sobering than it already is. And so she's at the point now where she just needs to get back into the right position, and we want to be there to help her. Tanner's actually been really gracious to donate basically all of his time. He's not getting any commission trying to sell her house and just help her kind of
very, very little.
get back into life with her family and having her mom and dad support her. But obviously she can't take on the burden of a house, and she's just overwhelmed right now. So we're trying to raise money for her closing costs and her baby that's coming with medical bills. I mean, you can understand just how overwhelming all that is. Just having a baby with medical costs is enough as it is, especially in today's society, right? Our other one, we have a member of our community, Lapita Solis. She has cancer, mother of 4, I believe. She's battling with all of her kids in school and everything of that nature, plus the medical costs. And so we want to just try and help her cover some of her medical costs. We've been trying. We had another fundraiser last year that didn't go quite as well as we wanted to, and we want to just make sure that she's taken care of as well as the other member. And, ultimately we want to have a great time out there to where this becomes a regular event. If you know someone that's in need, that may be the next step, we want to continue this. I mean, every single one of our donors we've talked to says, bring it on. Let's do it bigger and better next time and just step it up each time. So please get your tickets, come support. It's a great cause. I believe Kimmy's going to try and be there, but she's having a baby, so she's having some medical problems where she doesn't want to necessarily go out of the house and things like that, right? It's right there at sickness time.
I know her family will be there.
But she will have family there. Come out and show them just how much the community means to us.
Okay. Well, if you want to throw out a phone number on how people can get some more information and also buy tickets for all these raffle items.
Yep. So the raffle items themselves, we're going to have tickets at the door. If you want to call and kind of pre-order, I'm sure we can hook you up with some raffle tickets. They're $5 each, or you get 6 for $20. You do the math on that, it doesn't equal out. So you're going to get a better deal if you buy those 6, right? You can give us a call for the tickets to get into the event at 777-5484. That's our office number. It's going to hook up with any one of our agents, and we'll drive the ticket to you. I have no problem meeting you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll hopefully see everyone this Saturday over at Cook's Steakhouse and Saloon right here in downtown Elko, and we're happy to help. We want to thank our partners with Guyana Real Estate Group, with EXP Realty, and we're going to take it back over to Danny and Logan down in the studio. We'll be down there here in just a few. Just switch to the fucking mic.
All right, welcome back downstairs. Thanks, Pedro, and everybody upstairs there. We're kind of playing with some new arrangements, so I hope you guys were able to get all that information up there. Always great to do a fundraiser for a great cause, and this is definitely one of those causes. The guy had a group with EXP Realty. Since we've partnered with them, they've done nothing but impress, and they're really out there to support the community of Elko. So thank you guys. Thanks for everything that you do, and be sure to support the cause over at Cook's Steakhouse this Saturday for bottomless mimosas and brunch. So you drink mimosas, Logan?
Yeah, I drink mimosa.
Really?
Not too often. I don't like starting too early.
Yeah. So see, I had some Herschel in them and poured some at a softball tournament Sunday morning one day, and I hated life the whole rest of the day, man.
Yeah,
I was ruined.
You're done. You start that early and you're done all day.
Yeah, it was something else. So while Pedro makes his way back down here, I'll just run over some local sports real quick. EHS basketball has lost 2 out of their last 3 games. They were over at a tournament in Utah, over in Riverton, Utah this weekend. But I do want to note those 2 losses over there were against a couple of 6A teams from Utah. So definitely nothing to hang your hat on. And it looks like the Elko boys are going to be primed for their league schedule, which gets started this week. They'll be on the road versus Dayton and then at Fernley. Spring Creek lost all 3 games up in Idaho, and they will be opposite of Elko this weekend. They will be in Fernley, and then they will be in Dayton, along with both girls squads. So league play gets started off for the Northern 3A East out here. And then we'll have the Summit Series, first leg of the Summit Series, next Tuesday at Centennial Gymnasium, where Spring Creek will match up against Elko. Also this week, we've got youth wrestling starting in the area. Not quite the circuit that it used to be. Still kind of recovering from COVID in a lot of the smaller communities. So there will only be tournaments in Elko, Spring Creek, and Winnemucca this year. But there's always the traveling, Salt Lake Slam. I know your boy was over. What tournament was he at?
He was at the
Salt Lake Slam?
COVID Crush. No, he did the they change them every year.
Okay,
yeah,
so
they change them every year.
His boy Ellis, right? His
Yep.
boy's name.
Shout out Ellis.
Yeah, attaboy. Known Ellis since he was just a pup. Well, he still is a pup, but it was a super puppy. But he did really well over there. Also want to kind of give a shout out to Infinite. Infinite Cheer and Tubble, as most people know it, one of our partners on the show, now have a youth wrestling program. Dude got their logo right over here. And I have jumped on with them to kind of help that program get started. Our former coach at Elko Youth Wrestling, Mike Nakamura, 4-time state champion out of Eureka, has also agreed to help out with them. So they're over there practicing in their new gym right now. And my son's actually kind of filling in for me with the little guys. And just a real small club, but they're definitely focused on doing some things right. So can't wait to get back into the gym over here at Centennial Gymnasium this weekend. They've changed things since I did it, so which has been a minute now, 6 or 7 years. So things are a little bit different, but it sounds like you got to spend a little less time at the gym. They got some satellite weigh-ins and pre-registration and things like that. So excited to be back here in Elko coaching some youth wrestling this weekend. Also have some PAL basketball signups going on over at the Boys and Girls Club. Go to their Facebook page to find out more about that. And other than that, hopefully we'll be able to get to some more high school sports as kids get back into school, and some more of the other youth activities. Pedro's made it back in. Thanks, Pedro. I think we managed. I guess we'll go back and watch it. We cut off Dolan's head for most of the shot, but
That's fine.
he's got a face for radio. Is that what you're saying over there?
I plead the fifth on that one.
But no.
Actually, you know what? One of the things they said, they all knew you.
Yeah, new Tanner
Oh,
up
Logan's down there. Oh, Logan's down there.
He was even, is that Tanner? Is that Tanner?
Oh yeah, they were all saying that. Is that Logan?
Yeah, I
Is
haven't
that
seen them
Logan?
guys in a
We
while.
need to go say what's up to
Some
him.
of that underground miner stuff right there. But yeah, so Pedro's back down here once again. We want to thank everybody from the Guyetta group for that great cause that they're doing. Pretty sure we got a good shot of everything. Some cool stuff, man. What was that, like a remote control grill or something? I caught what was that little thing? I didn't.
It was from my understanding, it's a handmade. I don't know if it's a fire pit
That's what it
/
was.
grill.
Okay.
Or what exactly it was, but yes, you could grill some steaks on top of it if you wanted to. I mean, I that's why I knocked on it, because I was like, "Is this thing?" And no, it's solid.
Nice.
That thing is badass.
Maybe somebody will donate that to us.
Right? We have a grill that somebody graciously donated. They won it in a raffle, and
So where's that at?
it's at my
Pedro's
house right
house.
now, covered up.
Let's go.
It's a brand new grill, dude.
As soon as the weather breaks, we're definitely gonna be using that.
You're gonna see Danny and I right here in our freaking boxers. Danny and his
cousin Eddie.
and
Did you
his
catch my
guy.
cousin
There we
Eddie?
go, Danny, yeah.
Careful the windows. Did you catch my cousin Eddie over the Snowflake Festival? Did you see that? Yeah, I was dressed up as cousin Eddie.
Oh, I did see you. I did see you.
It was
Yeah.
good. Cold
You guys
as
look
shit.
good.
Cold as shit.
Got the
but it was
Christmas
good.
tree on the car.
Yeah. It was good time. So, yeah, we've got Logan Irvin in studio here, Spring Creek High School grad. But right now he is I'm going to say, president and founder of the Battleborn Gunners semi-pro football team. So I'm going to go ahead and let Logan introduce himself, kind of give a little bit of background on his football career, because he hasn't spent a lot of time out of it, even though he's been out of high school for a while. He's been laying hat ever since, pretty much, and playing for some local teams and even a squad out of Idaho. So,
But before we're gonna let these guys say hi real quick and say anything.
oh yeah.
See, I told you they just wanted to say hi, dude. We have the Guyetta.
Hey, Logan, go ahead and take over from here.
Yeah, the Guyetta group just wanted to come say hi, and I'm sure you guys are itching to get home because.
Not really. It's boring. You're not selling real estate there. No, that's not bad.
Thank you guys for everything you do, and we appreciate you guys. We can't wait for Saturday.
Hey, also, we didn't say it up there. I didn't realize until you left. There's still tickets at CED and Cooks.
CED Electric and Cooks. Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
We also have tickets. So.
Okay. Right on.
Okay,
We
well,
appreciate you guys.
there you go. Well, thank you guys, and Logan, there are your homies right there, dude.
Tanner,
Fan
man.
club, dude.
Yeah. I haven't seen Tanner in years. I seen him for the first time last week at the parade.
Yeah,
Or 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And now I see him again. I'm like,
I gave it to him, and they're like, what the fuck?
yeah. Everyone's waiting. Tanner's like, nope, him.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You stole a little kid's
Yeah,
candy
I remember
cane.
all of you.
He's a football player.
No. All right, we're out here.
All right, guys.
All right, guys,
great
have a
evening.
good one. The Guyetta group. Thank you guys, and thank you for everything you're doing. We'll see you guys on Saturday. So I'll let Danny go ahead and where
Yes.
he was kind of going.
No, it's all good. So, Logan, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself and give a little background on your football career and where you're from, and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, yeah, my name is Logan Irvin. So I grew up playing ball, man. I mean, forever. I started in Billings, Montana, actually. That's where I found my love.
Okay.
Playing flag ball. You know what I mean? Like, I was fast as a little kid, you know what I mean? So it was cool, and I began to love it. I moved down here, and I played through, I played on the Falcons in Spring Creek, back in junior football.
Sure.
Played on the Eagles in junior football through Spring Creek High School. I still hold some records over there.
I was gonna say you did a fairly good job. I mean,
Yeah.
Sean and I have talked about it a little bit, and you carried the football quite well out there in Spring Creek, huh?
Yeah, I like toting the rock, Danny.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple left over there. I mean, I'd made my mark, I would say. But I love the game, man. I mean, it's not even about what I did. It's what I want to do now.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And that's why this Gunners is so important to me. Other teams haven't seemed to be very successful in Elko, and I love the game,
Right.
and I always have. I haven't gotten away from it, after after high school.
What year did you graduate? 12?
2011.
11. Okay, 2011.
Yep. So I graduated in 11.
10-year reunion last year. Wow.
We didn't even have one.
COVID. Blame it on COVID. Have it this year.
It was COVID. Yeah. So
I have my 20 this year.
Oh man.
Yeah, right.
I'm coming up on 25, but we'll move on.
You want to cheers to that, Danny? There you go.
Hey, the Pedro's 20 years.
There you go.
Hey, and he's drinking milk.
I should have some milk.
So yeah, man, I went and played some JUCO ball in California. I actually I did fairly well up there too. I was All-American my freshman year.
Where'd you play at?
Feather River College. Yep, I played.
That's where my sister played softball at.
Oh yeah, they got a good team. It's a cool little place, man. Really cool place. But from there, I moved to San Jose and got with De Anza College, and they were the #1 JUCO at the time in the nation. California actually has more JUCOs in California than all the states combined.
Oh wow! Okay.
That's how many JUCOs are in California. Yeah,
know that.
there's a lot. There's a lot. So, I kind of did my thing, and then here comes Ellis. So I moved back and created that little stud.
Yeah.
So, I took a few years off, just worked and kind of went through my things and did my stuff. And it was in 2019, Trey Shelton.
Yep.
He asked me if I still wanted to play football, actually back it up. The Nighthawks.
Okay, I was gonna say because I didn't know if you were part of the Warriors at all. So when Eli did the so I'm gonna interject real quick. So the semi-pro football it kind of started here back with the Elko Warriors. They had a couple fairly minorly successful years. They had one really good year when they had the All-American series that was over in Salt Lake. And like you said, our friend Calvin Shelton, I love you, Trey. Our buddy Trey, a little bit older than us, but that's a guy who really truly loves football. And I tell you what, he plays softball for us. And it was always kind of a running joke. And once again, I love you, Trey. But about every year, he'd blow his hammy out just going to first. But he would still suit up and he'd be playing Diggers football.
Oh yeah.
And for anybody in the region that plays semi-pro football around that level, and I'll let you talk a little bit about the conferences. But the Diggers are a legit squad.
Oh yeah.
Up there out of Idaho. So
I have to a little bit of history for semi-pro. There was one
way back
in the 90s.
Way back when I was in high school.
And what were they called?
The Senators, right? Was it the Senators?
I think it was the Miners.
I think Miners.
If Wade Pearson's watching, he could comment what that team was called. He told me about them.
You know what? Chance is one that could answer that because I believe. Don't quote me on this. I believe he played on it, but
and Juan Gonzalez, our friend Juan, he actually blew out his
there was one because the only reason I remember that is they would play on the high school field. And we were getting home. I want to say it was my freshman year. We were coming, the bus pulls up to the new gym. Well, there was a game that night, and the other team was coming out. Dude, the entire other team looked like bodybuilders. So we all were like kind of thinking, how do Elko guys play against those dudes, man? Right. And, because I remember one dude came out with his shirt off. He must have either just got out of the shower or taken his gear off, whatever. But dude was huge, man. Like, I mean, he looked like he should be in a bodybuilding competition. I mean, he was huge. And every single one of us were like, did you see that, dude? It was just stupid. I want to say that would have been like 99, 2000-ish.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there was a semi-pro outfit here before, but there was the Warriors, and then that fizzled out rather quickly. And then the Nighthawks came around, and Eli, our friend Eli, I actually kind of helped him with that on the board side of things, kind of getting that thing rolling, and a couple good years for the Nighthawks. You guys actually had a really good season. If I remember correctly. Yeah, you had a super good season.
Yeah, I didn't even get to be a part of it.
Really?
But I was. So the first game, that would have been 2017. I smashed my ankle, man. First play of the first game, I come running around the corner and dude tackled me, went down wrong, and my ankle was done for the season. I was out all season. The last game I came in and I think rushed for like 470. Don't quote me, but they can vouch for it on there. So yeah, I only got to play that one season with the Nighthawks, you know, and I've known all these guys forever. You know, I know the guys that like the ball here in Elko. So Trey.
So then go back to 2019. Trey hit you up.
So I played with Trey, and Trey kind of mentored me through the whole thing. You know, I was going through my things, and Trey was a good friend to be there for, you know, and he was there for me. And he actually got a hold of me, and he said, hey, I play with this team in Idaho. So I took a year off after that Nighthawks year, and he said, they need a running back, and you want to play? I'm like, oh, I'd love to, you know what I mean? And that's how I got hooked up with those guys. I've played the last 2 seasons up there and had some pretty successful years. Any of these diggers, man, if they're watching this, I love you guys. You know, I'll never forget playing with them. They are a great team. They're a solid team, and we're in the same league now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'll see you guys on the field.
We already got some guys kind of talking a little bit of shit.
Yeah. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting, man. You don't know the feeling until you've been there. I've never played against teammates. Right. Not like that. Sure. You know what I mean? Sure. So it's gonna be
We'll talk a little bit about the local semi-pro circuit, because I know there's a couple different. There's like the Rocky Mountain League and things like that. So talk about a little bit about the separation and who you're going to be playing against, and even the level of ball players you'll be playing against.
So we're going to be in the MWFL. So what happened basically is we were in the ICFL. Right, which is the Idaho Contact Football League. I don't need to get into all that, but there was some issues with, you know, traveling and all this, so that, you know, that kind of bunch of teams parted ways from the ICFL and the Rocky Mountain Football League and created this MWFL. So we're in the Mountain West Football League now, and so we've got the best competition out there. All the teams that were on top, I mean, other than the Boise teams, they're still in the ICFL. They came to this MWFL, man, and so far it looks like we've got 12, 14 teams in there. Oh, okay. We're going to be one of those, and we're going to be competitive. I know we'll be competitive, but they're some stellar athletes, man.
I mean, you get some dudes that just come out of college, just been playing, and dudes that are even still in college or even trying to make the cut at a little bit of higher level. I mean, we've got the USFL coming out now. Right. So some dudes that are trying to...
There's a running back out there, actually. His name's Morris Bunn. Can't believe I'm shouting you out. But he plays for the Mustangs, man. This kid's a stud. You know what I mean? He ran the ICFL. He plays on the Idaho Mustangs, and they're going to be a top competitor this year. They will be in the upper division, and they will be the one to beat. Out of Shelley, Idaho, their squad is just phenomenal, man. I mean, a lot of young kids are coached great. You know, they all seem like they work out, and they commit themselves during the season, and that's what I'm hoping for. Is a lot of this, man, is like I try to tell people, they're like, oh, I don't have the time, I can't make practice all week, and you just got to commit yourself. Sure. You know what I mean? We'll practice. I mean, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it is what you're going to do on your own time to be game ready.
We're talking about practice.
I mean? Exactly. Who wants practice, man? How old? I'm 30 years old, man. I don't want practice.
Shit.
So yeah, man, there is some great competition out there, but you know what? I've played with a lot of the guys. We've had a few get-togethers here already, you know. 3 or 4 times we've gotten a few guys out on the field, and I don't see why Elko can't be at the top of that league or somewhere close. Sure. You know what I mean? We have got some athletes, and, you know, I playing on the Diggers the last couple years and then seeing just what we've gotten on Facebook on the football page already, it's, I mean, we're right there.
Didn't you lead the league in interceptions here a couple of years ago?
So actually that was a record in the JUCO.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's still there. That's still 8 picks. I was number 2 in the nation that year, actually. So yeah, that's still up there. Got that record hanging around at Feather River College, and then yeah. But I like playing linebacker now.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've been playing linebacker.
You're a little thicker now, right?
Yeah, I was a little skinny 160 back in high school.
Are you calling him fat?
No, I said he's
Jeez,
thicker.
Danny.
I was going to call him fat. I call him fat.
So yeah, no, I've kind of grown more as a football player. I mean, I always used to. I was a tailback in high school. You know what I mean? I had China Dog, Jalen Miller, Taylor Tope, Andrew Cunningham. They were my lead blockers. Those aren't no joke. Those guys are big. You know what I mean? And they were plowing people for me. And a lot of my credit for what I did in high school was to them and our offensive line. But I've kind of turned in more. Man, I mean, getting older, you kind of just want to get some. So playing outside backer for the Diggers last couple years.
You say that now. But one of the conversations we had earlier is a former college athlete who said was pretty hurt by not really doing much.
Blew out his Achilles there making a jump shot. So, he knew it was gonna. He knew it was gonna happen. It was bound to happen.
Yeah. No.
So, all right. So the league is you've got a squad. Jamie, if you can kind of cut over here to his helmet here. This is just a rough draft of what we've got. The Battle-Born Gunners. Now a little bit different approach here. Last couple squads in Elko, the Nighthawks and the Warriors played at Warrior Field, here in Elko. But you guys are going to be actually playing out in Spring Creek.
Yes.
So he's got the schedule, working on the schedule this weekend. The Battle-Born name, Battle-Born, I mean, as we can attest to, it just kind of rolls. It just sounds good, right? We got to go there.
Can't go wrong.
If they kind of mess up on one, you can put it right there if you want. Right behind them.
I got one for you. Yeah.
I mean, just make sure it doesn't look that messed up. You know what I mean?
We don't care. But tell us a little about where the name came from, man. Where'd the Gunners come? Because you had the Warriors, you had the Nighthawks. We think it was the Miners back in the day. So where's the Gunners come from?
So the Gunners, man, this has been a process, bro. I have been playing in Idaho, right? We'll go back to that for a second. Traveling. I mean, me and my family. My two boys and my girlfriend, Allie, they travel with me. I was every weekend we'd go to Idaho, and even a home game for me, it was 3.5 hours away. Right. So it just I made more games than probably most of the guys on the team, but I love it that much that I was there. And so it kind of came to we need a team in Elko. Right. I felt bad for them for having to travel with me all the time, and putting their lives out there. So. It's just this wild idea 6 months ago, and Allie was there and supported me through it, and she helped me out a lot. And then Brogan, the owner of the Diggers, he actually guided me the whole way through all of this, right? Cool. And so I'm just thinking of names, man. And then so the Gunners, the Battle-Born Gunners, that was what I finally decided on. There was a few names out there, but the Gunners, if you look back and you always want a tough name, right? So I was looking old tough Greek names on Google and all this stuff, and then I come across the Gunner. And so the Gunner, they used to get in the ring, right, and they would have these sword fights with all that stuff. And the last standing warrior, that was the Gunner.
Oh, okay.
He was the last one standing. He won the battle. You know what I mean? So that's where the Gunner comes from, and we're still here, I mean, people think semi-pro's gone, but we're right here, man.
It rolls off really well. I mean, Battle-Born Gunners, and when I think of Gunner, I'm thinking of the outside guy on kickoff, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is a Gunner.
Just balls out, man. I'm just running. I'm breaking up the wedge, dude.
Yeah. So then that's the thing too, right? The name, the meaning of the name is really cool, but then you hear Gunner, man, and you're okay, no joke, let's go, and then it rolls. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Well, good. Had I known, because I have a hat almost just like that. It has the exact same logo on it. Yeah. I'd have worn that today. Otherwise, had I known that, I would have worn that today. Speaking of, Danny's no stranger to sword fights. I'll tell you that much.
What's going on over? TMI.
You put Pedro in that chair, all of a sudden he goes off the chain over here. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he said sword
He's been upstairs taking shots. I don't know what's going on.
You can't. You can't not throw that out there. He left it open.
He sat there for a minute. He wrote that down.
I was like, the minute he said sword fight, dude, I was like, this is a chance for me to take a shot at Danny.
There you go.
Danny takes shots at me all the time.
You do. And that's what that chair's all about, man. You're sitting color commentary. You got to pop the shots off. Jamie, what you got over there?
Pedro's dirty mind aside, I actually took it literally, and I was going to say, "Oh, Danny, you took fencing before?"
And then he like,
yes, I was a fencer in high school. Yes,
were you really?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I was gonna say.
It wouldn't surprise me.
And the only time I touched a sword was in a play.
Was it a fight?
It was in a play. It was. I was in a medieval play, and I had a sword.
I would. That's one of the things that I would love to do on this show is us fencing. I'd love to try that. Actually do it. You know,
Fencing, yeah. I know.
Actually have a sword fight. A real sword fight.
Real
Pedro wants a sword fight, Danny.
Oh my.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, yes, you did. Moving on back to the topic here.
Come on,
but so you got your gold helmet there, but I don't think. What are your guys' team colors?
All right, check it out. So this is this is another thing. You know, there's lots of stories, but I was debating on this for a long time. You know, I've basically all this started from scratch not too long ago, like I was saying. And I had some red incorporated in there and whatnot, and then actually. Sean, who wasn't able to make it tonight, Vanderlyn, he's going to be playing lineman for us. And
yeah, Sean chickened out, by the way. He was talking all kinds of shit out there, like, "Oh, I'm going to go on," and then he was like, "Oh, yeah, I got to pee."
Yeah, so whatever kind of sissy happened to him, he's not here. But he was messaging me, you know, Sean's been involved, you know. He's
been involved for a while.
Yeah, he played for the Diggers. You know, we played on the Diggers together a couple years ago. He wasn't able to play last year, but me and Sean have known each other, you know, so I've kind of been keeping him in the loop with everything, and he was asking me a couple months ago, you know, what colors are we going to be? And then he says, let me guess, we're going to be Cowboys colors. And at first, we had some red and some gold and some blue, and I sat back, I'm like, you know what, man, we're Cowboys right here. So our jerseys are actually being made right now. The Cowboys Color Rush jersey.
Oh, the Color Rush.
I'm sorry if anyone's offended, but go Cowboys.
Hey, we had our friend Cooper Jones on here last week. Yeah, I mean, my dad was a Cowboys fan since they were incepted in '61.
So I love it, man. I'm a diehard, and I take a lot of crap from people at work, and I'm used to it. You know what I mean? So
I think I'm gonna take off.
All right, later, Pedro.
Pedro's gonna go sharpen his sword.
So yeah, that's kind of where the color scheme came from. We're going to be the Dallas Cowboys colors, basically.
Cool.
This was more of like just rough draft, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll reveal that.
Cool.
Soon.
So how many ball players you got right now? Because I know anytime you're doing any kind of travel stuff or any kind of you know. You got to get a squad, and you know, living in Elko with the mine schedules, it's always a battle. So you got a squad?
Yeah, we got a squad, but that's why we're here.
Right.
We want to grow, right? We've got a private football page for players only, or coaches, or you know, you're wanting to help out. You're on the page, right? There's 20 guys basically that have said I am playing, okay, and then I've got 6 guys that don't have Facebook that want to play as well. So. In the mix of playing and helping, we got 26 guys, and like you said, traveling is a big issue in this league. I mean, even with the Diggers, we played one game in Logan, Utah last year. We had 12 guys,
right?
And that's because my coach dressed out, and my dad, he actually coached the game, so our coach could play.
Right,
you know what I mean? Right. So it's tough, and it's not just going to be here. I mean, it's a competitive league. I mean, traveling is a big thing, and if you can travel well, you've got an advantage already. I mean, a lot of teams won't show up with, you know, 20, 25 guys on the away game, right?
That was a struggle for the squads before, where you know, home games would be one thing, but you'd travel with 12 dudes, and that's
exactly.
I mean, Ironman football when you're 30.
So that's the thing with Elko, though. A lot of us work mine schedules. I mean, I work 7 on 7 off. I'm going to take some games or some time off for some games, but. A lot of guys are, you know, I've talked to a lot of people like, oh, my schedule. If you guys want to come out, you want to be a part of this team, come out. I mean, you don't have to make every game. You're not going to get cut. This isn't the NFL. Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I mean, I've kind of compared it to Elko softball in a way. I mean, you're out there. We're having fun, man. I mean, it's just a chance to strap up and go play your heart out. Go play for Elko, Spring Creek. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even if you're on a 7-7 or even the 5-4 schedule, you can make half the games.
Exactly.
I mean, that's cool. That's going to help everybody. It's going to help the whole squad.
Right.
So talk a little bit about the travel and the league, because I know before I believe you guys had games out in Wyoming. And I want to say you went to Montana, but I could. Okay, so where is the league, and is there a split? You say you have 12, 14 teams, so is there an East and a West, or do you know how that's going to work until Saturday?
So, I was kind of thinking of when I was going to announce all this, but we got the owners meeting, the board meeting in Idaho this weekend. So what it's looking like is we're going to have two divisions. There's going to be an upper division, there's going to be a lower division, and the lower division, whoever wins that, they'll get bumped up to the upper division next year.
Kind of like A and B league, right?
Yeah, kind of like A league, B league type thing, right? So, the owner, Jay, he asks me, where do you guys want to be? I mean, I'd hate to see starting this upper league, and I know the level of competition there, and it ain't no joke. I mean, so he's like, if you do that, you guys don't win a lot of games, how many players are you going to have come out next year? Right. So basically, we'll probably start in that lower division, get our confidence up, win some games, hopefully win the league and get bumped up to that upper division. A lot of the teams are in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Idaho, Utah, and there's one team right now that I know of that's in Montana. But like I said, we've got the owner meeting on Saturday, so I'll get a schedule and all that figured out, but they're close. I mean, we're all used to traveling here, so that's...
Yeah, living in Elko,
that's another thing.
2 hours to your closest game.
Yeah, you got to go to Salt Lake or Reno. You got to go shopping. We're used to traveling here. Like those Boise teams, the ICFL, the reason that league fell apart is because people didn't want to travel an hour away.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to me, I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we got to go to Reno, Salt Lake, Boise, and it's nothing to people that live here. So I'm hoping that we can travel well. I'm hoping we can get more guys, and that's another reason we're here today is to put the name out there, man. And if anybody wants to come join, shoot me a message on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Logan Irvin, and we'll get you the info. We need some guys, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, and as with any local organization, if there's anybody out there that really's got the love for football, I'm sure you guys are looking for sponsors. There's a lot that goes into it. He's not just running a football team. I mean, they're going to be hosting half a dozen games here in the Elko area or so, playing out at Spring Creek High School. We're working on all those logistics. I mean, but you got to pay refs. You're going to have to pay field rental. I mean, there's a lot of costs that are associated with it, and just ticket sales isn't going to cut it. So Elko does a great job. The Elko area does a great job with supporting these local organizations, and this really sounds and not to call out anybody from the previous organizations. This is a whole new ballgame. This is whole new ownership. This is a guy that's interested in football, and I know Logan's passion. Logan and I have worked together. We've played a lot of softball together. We've traveled together, and I'll tell you, when Logan tells you he's going to ball out and he wants to do something, you're going to do it. So anybody that wants to get involved in this organization, whether it's at the smallest level, I mean, him and I are even talking about some announcing stuff, different things like that. I mean, there's going to be people to take tickets. There's going to be lots of stuff to do. So if you're interested in getting involved in this organization, definitely hit Logan up. Hit us up here at Talkin Sports, and we'll get that information over to you. I'll give you just a second. Pedro, did you have anything else to chime in on?
No, I think we covered way more than we thought we'd be covering. Logan, if you want to throw a phone number out there, not only just and also Facebook, anything like that, where people can get a hold of you if they're interested in whether it's officiating, whether it's playing, whether it's being the team mom.
Yeah,
Danny.
I need all of them.
He was all over
orange
that.
slices, dude. Orange slices. That's
right. Danny.
Hey, well, it's over now, but you're gonna need a water boy.
Yeah,
right?
you need a water. We're gonna go back to it. I'll let Danny finish up. But Logan, if you want to throw that out, will you grab me the remote, Danny, please?
Yeah. So, like you said, I mean, all the help would be greatly appreciated. I mean, we need referees. So if anyone out there we've still got to get that kind of in order, right? So we'll be paying everybody though, and this is something it's a nonprofit organization. So a lot of us are ran off of donations and, for now my pocket until we can get rolling and get that going. But if anybody wanted to be interested in helping, you can contact me. My cell phone number is 775-397-7891. My email address is alex.irvin, IRVIN 92 @gmail.com. And you can look me up, Facebook. Anybody that's willing to help out, like they said, Waterboy, I mean, as low as that goes. But if you're looking to just, help organize things, people running the ticket booth, we need chain gang guys, referees. I've kind of got that rolling. They're going to need to get online and do some things to be qualified to ref out here for the semi-pro league. But if you're interested, we'd greatly appreciate it. We just want this. I want to look back when I'm 80 years old and I still see the Gunners playing out there.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? I want this to stick.
A legacy, and with my involvement in the leagues that I do, and that's kind of, I want to leave something for people to keep being able to do, right? And that's super important. And I think it will stick. And with the right leadership, and I think they got the right leadership in you, Logan.
Thank you,
and I can't wait to watch you guys ball out, man.
I can't wait either, man. I can't wait.
It's going to be a good time.
Yep.
Pedro, he's a cornerback from way back in the day. He doesn't like to call the crackback block, though. He likes to leave his outside.
Hell up, dude.
Tell him the story. Tell him the story.
That,
It's relevant.
It is relevant. It very, very much is, but we've talked about it so much.
I haven't heard it, Pedro.
I've
never heard it.
Okay, so I was a cornerback, also a wide receiver, but mainly cornerback.
All right.
So usually our call was crack. When
you used to be able to crack. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah. So you would crack, to let the D end know that there's a guy that's about to ear hole you. Yeah. Yep. So if you watch the video, there's no audio on it, and the guy got a concussion. We still have, to this day, he'll never believe, oh, you never called it. But if you watch the video, you can see me going like that, and I was yelling crack, crack. But he'll deny it to this day, and we have that argument's gonna go on till we're.
So are you familiar with the Cavender twins? From Elko, they went up to Boise State. They come down and do football camps and whatnot. Anyway, our friend of Pedro's, friend of the show's, Pete Cavender, he still does play-by-play. He's the radio broadcaster for Boise State football. And we had a segment during football season, college football season. We had him on a lot, and great. I mean, the dude is super sharp.
So he's broadcasting and not playing because...
No. It wasn't him. It wasn't him.
No, this was a guy that they played on the same high school team together.
Yeah.
Well, Pete was going to Alex. Is that his name? What's his name?
Yeah, it was Alex.
And so he was going to his wedding, and he brought it up on the show that he was still sour about Pedro not calling the crackback.
Yeah, you gave me a concussion. It's like, no, dude.
20 years ago.
Kind of like the movie Grown Ups.
Yeah.
Where they hold that grudge for years.
He didn't, I was yelling crack, and I tell him all the time, I'm like, why would I just point, dude? You can see me on the video going like this and running towards him, because I saw him crack, and I'm like, crack. But there's no audio on the video, so he's always gonna say, you weren't gonna.
I would hope that you would be yelling.
But if you watch the video, dude, he got plowed.
We're gonna have the video.
It was bam.
Maybe we'll leave that video in the comments.
Yes.
And the thing is too is Alex. He's probably I want to say he's 6'4" or 6'5". So he fell like Shaq. You know how when Shaq falls, his legs go up, and that's exactly what he felt like. And then in the locker room after that game, I still remember we were at Hug High School. After the game, he was just he was like a zombie. Yeah, we were. Everyone was asking, "Are you okay, dude?" And they took him to the hospital. They're like, "Yeah, he got a concussion." It's like, "Oh, Pedro didn't yell crack." I was like, "Yes, I fucking did."
How do you know? You don't remember,
right?
Yeah. Have you had many concussions? Have you had any concussions on the field?
I've never had a player have a concussion, even when I was coaching.
I know you've had one.
Yeah.
They are wild, man.
Do you remember how it happened?
Do I remember the hit?
Do you remember before the concussion?
So I had one my junior year, and I had to go through the whole, before the season start, you got to do this computer deal and take this little test, and then we're playing Truckee. Everybody knows Truckee.
Right, of course. Sean still, every time
I hate those
AC/DC
motherfuckers.
every time AC/DC comes on, he's like, dude, Thunderstruck, right?
Yeah.
Thunderstruck. He's like, I cannot stand that.
No, Thunderstruck was our walkout song. They were TNT.
TNT. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they were TNT.
Yeah.
I think they do it for baseball also.
Do they? Probably the same one. That makes sense.
I think they do.
But no, I don't. I don't remember. I remember. I never stopped playing though. I never pulled myself out. I'm pretty sure I played through a few concussions.
Sure.
And I don't want to come out of the game.
Well,
I never will come out of the game unless I'm
got a
broken ankle.
Man.
Yeah, I ain't coming out of the game. But yeah, it's no joke. I wouldn't say I'm messed